Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Ask Matt Lloyd. So right now we're in the film studio in Kuala Lumpur and I'm here with one of our Diamond members, Chan, and he's all the way from Singapore, which actually isn't that far from here, and he's got the question for today. So Chan, what would you like to know?
Okay. Hello everyone, this is Chan here. Currently I'm in the Mob studio. I'm so excited here. Yeah, I can have a chance to visit, and thank you Matt for your time. Actually, I'm here. I have a lot of questions from for the newbie in the online marketing. And one of the questions they ask about the webinar, Matt, how often should we conduct a webinar, and how we can build up the contents for the webinars?
Great. Okay, so you're asking me, so if someone's brand new to internet marketing, how often should they conduct a webinar?
Yep.
And how do they create content when they've never done it before? Like, what do you say on the webinar?
Yes.
All right. Well, great question. I first started doing my webinars back in, this would have been probably early 2010. Mm-hmm. So by that point, I'd started to build up a team in the company that I was with. I think I only had about 4 or 5 people, and I wanted to start doing training for my team and teach them how to generate leads. Mm-hmm. So the first thing I did is I learned how to use GoToWebinar. So anyone can do that. You can go to, just Google GoToWebinar, 30-day free trial. You can sign up and just follow the step-by-step training they have, and they'll walk you through how to create your first webinar. It always seems very hard when you're doing it for the first time, but once you've done it a couple of times, it's actually really, really quite simple. Okay, so as far as content, what I would do is I would think, okay, what's the big benefit to my audience? What am I going to train them on? In this industry that we're in, internet marketing, really the big topic is usually leads or traffic. Anything to do with getting more traffic for your business or more leads. That's what everyone wants. It's not always the main thing they need, but that's what they think they all need. Mm-hmm. Okay, so anything to do with getting leads or traffic is usually a hit. Mm-hmm. So in your case, you've had some sales. Okay, you've made some sales in Mob. So you might ask yourself, well, how did I get those sales? What exactly did I do? So what did you do to get those 3 sales you've had?
Well, actually, to be honest, I have not done any webinar before. Mm-hmm. Currently I just using some PPC traffic campaigns in order to get a list.
PPC, Facebook, pay-per-click?
Yeah, Facebook, Bing, Google.
Okay,
yeah.
All right.
But for the webinar, whenever I just think about the content and get stuck. So that's why this is also my question to you as well, for the new starter like me.
Right, okay.
Yep.
Well, so you've done Facebook pay-per-click, Bing pay-per-click, and Yahoo pay-per-click. Mm-hmm. Now, you might think you're very much beginner, but I guarantee you there's people watching this right now who've never done that before, who have no idea how to do that. Mm-hmm. And the fact that you've made money, you've made sales. Mm-hmm. Chan just got started, so he's made 3 MLR sales, which is about 3,750 in commissions, plus you've made some more front-end sales as well. But there's plenty of people watching this right now who think, wow, that's a great result, and I'd love to learn how you did that. So if I were you, what I would do is I would pick one of them. It could be Facebook pay-per-click or Bing or Yahoo, just pick one, and then craft your webinar around that. So the first thing you do is you decide on the topic. The topic is, on this webinar, I'm going to share with you how to generate up to 12 leads a day using Facebook pay-per-click. Oh. Whatever your result has been. So how many leads have you got in one day from Facebook, for example? What's been your best day?
This is best days. I have 7.
7. Okay, well that's good. So 7 leads a day. How to generate up to 7 leads a day using Facebook pay-per-click. There's your title. Okay. Now, as far as coming up with content, give them a demo. Just walk them through the demo. Okay, so you're going to share your screen with them, and you're going to start the webinar off by saying, here's the topic, here's what I'm going to share with you tonight. I'm going to share with you how to get these 7 leads a day using Facebook pay-per-click. And then really paint the picture of what are the benefits for getting this training before you actually deliver it. So you might say something like, 7 leads a day might not sound like a lot, but if you can do that every day for a month, now you're at, 210 leads per month. And if you can do that all year long, you're going to build your first list of close to 2,500 subscribers. Now, a good email marketer should be able to get at least $2 to $3 minimum per month from each subscriber. So if you can build a list of 2,500 people, that could potentially be $7,000, $8,000 per month just from your list. So having a list is a real asset. So you're explaining all of this to them on a webinar, and then they understand the importance of the information. And then you go into the demo. So you say, look, right before your very eyes, I'm going to set up a Facebook pay-per-click campaign. So you literally walk them through step by step. You show them where to go in Facebook to place the ad, how to write the ad, how to get your affiliate link, where to send the traffic to. You show them all of that. Okay, step by step, click by click. And that might take you usually 20 minutes.
Okay.
So with the introduction and that, now we're at 30 minutes already. So then at the end, you want to do an offer. You always want to do an offer. Whenever I do training, I used to think that you could either do training and provide value, or you can sell, but you can't do both. And that's wrong. You absolutely can do both, and as a marketer, you should do both. This is how we monetize our traffic. So whenever you deliver training, you should always be selling at the same time. And you can do both and have it still be very valuable content. So the way that you monetize traffic training, if you're in a business like Mobe, is you have two ways. You can say, look, if you got value from this traffic method and you would like to learn a lot more, I've got this other course which will show you how to get more traffic. And you might promote Traffic Masters Academy. That's one of the courses you can promote as a Mobe affiliate. Okay, so that's one way you can monetize it. The other way is you could say, I've now shown you how to get traffic, and now to monetize this method, you need to have a high converting sales funnel. And you also need to have a great back end as well. Now, if you don't have one, I recommend the Mobe affiliate program. And then you start talking about Mobe, our affiliate program. So you spend 15 minutes talking about all the benefits of why they should join the Mobe affiliate program. For example, done for you phone sales, higher ticket back end offers. You could log into your back office and show them those 3 sales you've had where you've made 1,250 on every single commission. And also talk to them about, hey, I didn't have to make these sales. The Mobe phone sales team made these sales, and I made over $1,000 every single time. So you show them that. You keep talking about the benefits of the Mobe affiliate program, and then at the end, that's where you have your close. And that's where you say, look, if you would like to get involved with the Mobe affiliate program, go to and give them your link. Okay, so you get a domain, a $12 domain from GoDaddy, forward it to your affiliate link for MLR, okay, to the order form, and then you tell them to go there. All right, and then you might also include a fast action bonus. Okay, now when you're brand new and you don't yet have your own additional products, one of the easiest fast action bonuses you can do is consulting. You give away your time.
Okay.
So you might say something like, look, for the first 3 people who take action tonight, I'm going to get on the phone with you and I'm going to give you 1 hour of my consulting time where I normally charge X dollars per hour. And I'm going to share with you exactly what you need to do to get your first few sales in Mobe. In fact, I will actually I'll have you share your screen with me on Skype, and I will guide you through setting up your first Facebook pay-per-click ad, just like I did here on the webinar, but we'll personalize it around you. We'll write your own unique ad. But for the first 3 who take action, I will literally guide you through setting up your first few ads so that you too can start making sales like I have. Okay? And again, you tell them to go to that link. So you tell them to go to that link, the buy link, probably 5 or 10 times minimum. Okay? Because they have to keep on hearing it.
Yeah, go to that link 5 or 10 times.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. So that's what you do. That's how you do your first webinar. So that's webinar 1. Then you can do another one on Bing pay-per-click and then on Yahoo pay-per-click. Okay?
But how about frequency?
Frequency.
Yep.
Okay.
How often we have?
As often as you want. You could literally do 1 per week. You could do 1 per night. It really depends on you. It depends on how aggressive you want to do it. Personally, when I was brand new, I was very aggressive in my marketing because I was just very hungry to build my business and make sales. So back then I might have done 3 webinars per week.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
3.
But you can make them different each time. But I'll give you one other piece of advice. What you don't want to do is long term, you don't want to have to be coming up with brand new content every single night. Okay, because that's a lot of work, okay, and you're making it up as you go along. What you should be trying to do is you should be trying to optimize your very best sales presentations so that you can deliver them over and over and get a predictable result from them. Okay, so for example, there used to be a time when I would do a different webinar every single week, and it was always made up, the results were always unpredictable. Now what I'm doing is I'm moving more towards a model of I've got a certain number of really good sales presentations. I might have 5 or 10 of them, okay? So I've got all the PowerPoint or keynote slides. I've done them several times. And now I'm trying to optimize them. So every time I deliver that same webinar, I try and make it a little bit better. I might add in a story, I might add in an additional bonus, but I try and optimize it each time. So you should be trying to get to that stage where you have a set number of webinar presentations that you've done over and over before, you optimize them, and you keep on perfecting them. Some of the best sales presenters in the world, they've been effectively delivering the same sales presentation for over a decade now, and they've just been perfecting it every time they deliver it. I know one guy, for example, who's probably delivered the same sales presentation. This is from stage, okay, from a stage at live events, but he also does it on live webinars too, but he's probably done it, I don't know, maybe 5,000, could even be more times, but 5,000 times the same presentation. But he's gotten so good at it that every word is now scripted. Every movement, every gesture, his tonality, he's done it so many times that he's developed this optimal sales presentation. So whenever he delivers it in front of a live audience, the result is very predictable. You know, he might have 40% of the audience buying, could even be 50%. I've seen him do over 50% on a room of over 100 people. 50% of people run to the back of the room to pay, I think it's $3,000. So you don't have to get to that stage where every word is scripted, but when you're doing these webinars, don't think of a webinar as a one-time thing. You know, don't think of it as I'm going to deliver this once and then never do it again. Think of it as I'm going to deliver this, but in the future I'm going to optimize it. I'm going to keep on practicing, and I'm going to try and develop this optimal sales presentation that I can do over and over, and that always converts. Okay. Final piece of advice. Make sure you record every single webinar, and then you can take the video, you can use it as content, you can cut it up into little segments, put it on YouTube, and you can use this to create content. So every time you do this work, every time you do work in your business, you should be thinking, how do I do this work once and then get paid on it again and again and again? Okay, so each time you do a webinar, record it, cut it up, use the video content. I also will then take the video sometimes, I'll have them transcribed. I might have an editor or a writer then go and turn it into an article and then turn it into a blog post. So now you did the webinar once, now you've got videos from it on YouTube, you've got a blog post on your blog. I mean, you can get all these additional benefits from doing it once and keep getting paid over and over.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, what's informative advice? Actually, you guys can see the powerful the webinar, and it's a very powerful tools for you to build up your list and also for promote your business. So thank you so much for your time, Matt. And I think I will take action and take your advice to start up my webinar more regularly to my list. Thank you.
Excellent,
Thank you.
excellent. All right, so if you have a question for me, you can go to askmattloyd.com, ask me there. Chan, thanks a lot. Take a lot of action, and I'm sure you're going to do very well.
Yep.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Talk soon.